Good morning, TGIM, post-Thanksgiving week. So how you doing? How do you feel at this particular moment? Do you do regular self-checks? Mental, physical, emotional, spiritual. Do you ever kind of think of how you are feeling or being? Do it for a second real quick here, but don't judge it. Just observe it, see it. I have the great privilege of having some elders in my life, people that are well into their 80s and flirting with even the 90s who have some wisdom to share and are always willing to do some of that when you ask the right questions. Think of a fellow Rotarian, George, well into his 80s and still painting very actively, or my mom, or some of my uncles and aunts, and even some of my dad's old friends that I try to make contact with every now and then. My dad would have been 87, by the way, so he'd be one of those guys I'd be chit-chatting with for sure. But one of the things that I've noticed in chatting with all these various wise people is that they share things in common a lot of times. And one in particular that I want to talk about today is this self-awareness thing, this doing self-checks on a regular basis. When they were young, they realized they didn't do a whole lot of that and wished they had some coaching to be able to have more awareness of the impact of their thoughts, their actions, their words, and so on and so forth. Ben Franklin, as a matter of fact, has a quote about something in this lane that says, being content can make a poor man rich, and being discontent can make a rich man poor. And you might say, well, that's counterintuitive, isn't it? Well, it's because if you are content, you have more patience, you have more poise, you can plan things better, and therefore you can do things with more joy, more happiness, more self-assurance and self-awareness that you are doing the right thing, as opposed to being impatient, incontent, discontent, right? And always wanting to fix things, do things, negotiate, pursue more. And sometimes that can actually have an adverse effect by creating antagonism or doubt, or sowing uncertainty with the teammates, with the family, with friends. And creates a certain wariness. So it behooves us to have a good balance slash harmony slash synergy about all the things that we're thinking, saying, and doing, and that we accept when we have good things too, and not always be pushing to get more or better with some sort of negotiating. All this comes back to sowing the best seeds on the daily, the ones that will bring us more abundance in the long run. If you plant a good seed, it will grow into a big tree and give us shade. If you plant a weak seed, or if you don't fertilize it well, or if you just plant it and run along, then it can plant lack. It can plant scarcity and plant doubt, not only in yourself, but in others who are with you. So it behooves us to really, really be self-aware of all those little things that we think and say and do, so that we can be the best version of us with everyone else, to do great things together in synergy and have in a collective, more impactful way globally with others, so that we can thereby give continuously to make us all better, not just one of us or two of us, but make everyone better in the long haul. And all these elders are doing it now, albeit late in their lives, trying to help others be better. But they all said that if they had been able to do it younger, sooner, they'd might have been a little happier along the way. Something to think about on this glorious new Monday, with a little bit of snow on the ground. So hope you have an awesome day and an even more awesome week, thinking about your own self-awareness. Cheers and ciao.